Plaintiff Ray Lynn Hutchinson owns an extended stay motel, and she has had guests from all walks of life. Ray claims the defendant rented a room at her motel, and while there he got arrested after trashing the room and smearing blood all over the walls. Ray's suing for the damages, rent, and a storage fee. Defendant Derek Linonen says he moved into Ray's motel because he was having problems with his girlfriend. Derek insists he should not be held solely responsible for the damages because his friend was there as well.
All right, start with you.
All right, my husband and I started an extended stay motel in Indiana 25 years ago, and he passed away 17 years ago, and my family and I have kept it going. And we meet a lot of different people, different phases of their life. Some are workers and some are just needing somewhere to stay, and we rent the rooms weekly. And we have a lot of rules of our own that we've needed after 25 years, besides the state laws. And we've had several suicides by hanging. We've had 2 people try to commit suicide by blowing up a room by using the stove. And one succeeded and one didn't. And then we've had natural deaths. But
I'm just curious, the people who committed suicide, how long were they there before they did that? Or do you think they came there for that purpose?
I don't think so. The one man was there, we knew him quite well. He was there like 6 years. He lost his job, he got sick, and he lost his job and he couldn't work anymore.
And maybe, I guess, if you're in extended stay, a lot of times it's because you don't have a lot of options.
Right.
So people who don't have a lot of options, they may perhaps become depressed and look for a way out. That's just astounding that that has occurred like that. I mean, it's just astounding.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
I know you have some interesting characters that come there because from what I know from back in the day, the extended stay was used for other activities.
Not ours, not ours.
Okay, good.
That's one of our no-nos.
That's good. All right. What else you want me to know?
Okay, well, Derek came in on January 28th and wanted to rent a room. And we take the driver's license and some general information.
How long was he to rent?
Well, you rent weekly.
Did he even say how many weeks?
No, I don't think so. He said he would be there shortly. He would not give us any trouble. He wouldn't be aware he was there. Most people move in for a week, but then they stay and stay and stay. They get comfortable. So he moved in. He didn't seem like any trouble. We are pretty strict with our rules. And then on March 21st...
Let me get some background from him. Sir?
I met Ray Lynn Hutchinson in January. I was going through some problems with my girlfriend, and I just wanted to stay away from her at the time. And everything was going good, everything was paid up, and March 21st came around, me and my buddy got drunk off some brandy. Okay,
let me allow her to tell me what happened March 21st. So you were going to tell me, it sounds like something occurred, and so far he's telling me he and his buddy got drunk off some brandy on March 21st. And you're suing for property damages, so what occurred there?
Well, I had a message from a police officer that knows we don't put up with this stuff, so he called to let me know that they had been there in the middle of the night to arrest him and his friend, that they had done a lot of damage to the room. They broke windows, there was blood smeared everywhere, holes in the ceiling, holes in the walls. They had a lot of trouble arresting him. He didn't cooperate. They had to fight with him. Their police report is very unique.
You have it?
Yes. I had a message from a police officer that knows we don't put up with this stuff, so he called to let me know that they had been there in the middle of the night to arrest him and his friend, that they had done a lot of damage to the room. They broke windows. There was blood smeared everywhere, holes in the ceiling, holes in the walls. They had a lot of trouble arresting him. He didn't cooperate. They had to fight with him.
Defendant Derek Linonen rented a room in the plaintiff's extended stay motel, and she claims Derek was arrested after damaging her property.
You have it highlighted here. As I looked into the apartment, I observed there to be large amounts of blood on the walls, window shades on the floor. I observed the apartment to be in complete disarray. While in the apartment, I observed a broken window and large amounts of glass on the floor, blood smeared across nearly every wall in the apartment. Then it says, Derek said you were spitting on the police officers. Police officers say you were kicking them. Spitting and kicking on the police, and you're still alive. I guess there's some type of difference. Anyhow, wow. So you're suing for the damages, obviously,
yes,
that the police observed. You have the list. Sir, what do you say about this night?
Got a picture.
I was going through a bad time in my life. I know that it was wrong and I was being a jerk to the police officers, and I don't feel I'm liable for all the damages because I didn't do all of them. My friend was also involved. And as far as the storage fees go,
well, let me allow her to get to that. So far, we're just talking about damages, and you're responsible for what your company does when they come over to a place that you're renting. Unpaid rent and a storage fee. How does he owe for those two? We have the damages established. Go ahead.
He owes a week's rent for the week that happened, that he never paid, and his belongings.
How much was that again?
$165.
And his belongings, you say?
Everything of his was in the room, and we've been storing it since then for him. Because
Did he agree to pay you?
He said he was very upset when he got out of jail, and he wanted to know why he was locked out, because he lives there. And I said, you don't live here any longer. And he wanted his belongings, but the state of Indiana motel law is you can hold his belongings until the bill is paid. So that's what we have done. We've put it in storage.
All right, but does the state allow you to assess your own storage fee? Those are two different things. Withholding property for payment and charging a storage fee. So, sir, did you agree to pay the storage fee?
no, sir.
What did I think you were going to say, right? All right, you owe the rent?
Yes, sir.
You do owe it? All right. So, ma'am, I'm looking at the property damage and this police report, and I'm going to grant you your judgment minus the $100 for the storage fee. So your judgment is $1,665. Sir, you need to go on a campaign, particularly in the black neighborhoods, and tell them how you can get away with spitting on the police and kicking them. Have a good day.
Stay off my property, then there will be no trouble. That's all I have to
I don't plan
say.
on going there. I just want my stuff back.
Okay, as soon as the bill is paid.
Undamaged, because none of my stuff
It won't
is
be damaged. It has been sitting in storage fine the whole time.
Your hotel is
That's it.
very